Welcome to my guide on how to find if your weapon has a special attack and how to actually keybind it in the settings, as it can be a little confusing. But first off, the most important thing you want to do is look at your chat box. At the top right corner of your chat box, you will usually see a cog, a flag on how to report people, and a clock pretty much going the same way. And it can either be grayed out, or if you click on it, it will be highlighted yellow, in which case it will change your chat box. So if you type anything, it will automatically appear. If you click it so it's grayed out, this is how you enable your keybinds, because you will have to hit that as you're normal, able to pretty much chat as normal. And if this is not visible, you want to make sure to hit the little minus at the top right corner, and then sometimes it's usually a plus. Sometimes it does depend if your interface is actually too tiny and squished, because you will get a little key icon, in which case you will need to click on that and hit the little gear and then change the always mode to off. In which case, just make sure to make your chat box a little bigger so you can see all of the possible settings. Next up, go to settings and make sure you're in controls, not graphics. It'll be controls, and you want to scroll all the way down and then scroll up just a tiny bit where you will see special attack. You want to keybind this to any button that you do have. And again, to just keybind it, you want to click on it and then figure out any key that you do feel comfortable doing. Now we'll want to make our way to any combat dummy in War's Retreat with a special attack weapon. Now there is a handful of items that you can buy from the Grand Exchange, and for melee, that will be pretty much every single dragon weapon, along with like god swords and stuff. And of course, once you get further into endgame, you have like a noxious scythe, the ice glacier weapons, the dual wield ones, the silver ling and dark silver and stuff. But I'm just going to go for items that you can easily afford. So that would be like a dragon battle axe, a Zamrock god sword where you can physically see it says special attack, and an ice cleave. Same thing with the dragon scimitar, which is sever. And then for weapons that are range, usually most people will go for a dark bow and the Searing Gobble, which you may not be able to read. And then for like magic, you have of course the Gothic staff. You have a Staff of Light, an Armadyl Battle Staff, and the Staff of Seliske. So, once you have all those, well, you really just need like one weapon, but you want to pretty much wear it. With that, let's wear the Dragon Battle Axe, for example. Although, keep in mind, for a Dragon Battle Axe, it's very different, because you do not need to target a dummy. So hit the keybind option, and if you see that chat, you roar. That means you have successfully done the special attack. Now let's go for like a Zamrock god sword, in which case you will need to attack an NPC because you're not able to like just forecast it and cast it and stuff. So right here, you'll notice if you're doing it correctly, I will hit the button now. And if you see that ice animation on the dummy, and again, I'll do it right here, that means you have successfully done the special attack for that weapon. Now, if you have a Saradomin God Sword, the special attack is slightly different, which, okay, I'm not able to actually cast it. Okay, I'll move on to the Dragon Battle Axe. The Dragon 2H. So, we'll do that. you slam into the ground with the sword. That's how you know you're doing the animation correctly. Now let's say if you're using magic, you don't actually need to be melee distance. So what you could do is use it, and again, if you get this weird looking animation, that means you are successfully doing it. Just make sure that you do have the amount of adrenaline required, which you are able to check it right here. If you click on the defensive abilities, hit the Constitution, and then you want to look for the special attack icon, which is usually the 5th icon, which right here it says requires 25% adrenaline for the Gothic staff. Now, for instance, let me go to the battle axe. It will change it, and it requires 100%. It requires 100% adrenaline. So just keep an eye on that, as weapons do take different amount of adrenaline required. So it can help you to build it in your rotation. Another perfect example of a great weapon to use that has a special attack is the Saradomin Godsword. But keep in mind, if you are using Revolution, your cleave might aggro, but the Spec requires 50% adrenaline, and it will restore your health and prayer points. I find this to be extremely good while you are doing Slayer and mainly Ripper demons, as they are very accurate. And with that, you should know how to keybind and successfully use your special attacks. But keep in mind that you are able to add the weapons with special attacks into your Amulet of Finality, in which case you'll get a brand new icon on your Constitution bar, in which case you could just add that and keybind that one instead. And a good example would be, let's say if you're doing Talos, you want to have the Gothic staff in, or you could just bring it as a switch and reduce his defense. But with that, thank you all so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of the day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, as it really does help.